Take 3 today. All right, we'll get this right eventually. We're trying something a little new here, so we've had to do this a couple times, start over a couple times. But welcome back, YouTubers. Welcome back to our channel, Smishek's Custom Baits. This is Rick Smishek, and today we're going to be working with 2 different molds. We're going to be making some soft plastics that have a green pumpkin body and chartreuse for the ribbon tail worms. It'll be the tail, and for the punch craws, it'll be the claw, which will be a chartreuse color. We already have our plastics all cooking. We have a couple different green pumpkins. I could use this one, and this one's more opaque. But that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to use this one. This one's a little bit different shade, but it's also more translucent. And since we don't really want our base to be too translucent, I'm going to add a drop of black, just one. And that should help that out. We'll also be using some black glitter in the green pumpkin. And then we have several choices here for the chartreuse tail. We could probably get away with using just about, well, we probably can't get away with using neon lime as chartreuse. So we'll go ahead and put that away. That one's just a little bit too dark. But the other 3 here, we could get away with doing that. But today I think I'm going to use just the regular chartreuse. One that's actually called chartreuse, just because I really like that color, and it should come out. It should make a nice looking bait. Our plastic sol's at a minute to go yet, so I think that's it for that. We'll go ahead and get this finished, getting this mold ready. I'll clamp these other ones here together, and get some longer screws for these bass tackle molds so that I can use rivet nuts. They're so much easier and quicker to use than these wing nuts are. I used to think wing nuts were the bomb until I used a rivet nut. And now the rivet nuts are the bomb. So this is just about ready to go. I like tightening down with the nuts here like this, because it makes sure that everything's tight all the way across this mold. This is a pretty good sized mold, and then we don't get any flashing out of that. Now these other molds, these bass tackle ones, they're not quite heavy enough by themselves to avoid being tipped over all the time when you put this stuff clamp on. So I just add a couple other molds over there on the other side. Now we've got that, we solved that problem. And I turn those upside down so I don't accidentally shoot those. I've done that. Alright, let's glove up. I need to stir this stuff here. And I already degassed it off camera while it was cold, so we shouldn't need to do that. This is still coming from that bucket that I way over mixed. I have about half of that left still. So it'll be a while before we don't have to degas for 10 minutes. Alright, there we go. Let's go find the bucket and a half there. Okay. When we make these, first thing we're going to do is we have to shoot these molds twice to get this color pattern. First time we'll shoot it with the chartreuse. Once it cools, we'll open up the molds, and then we cut the tails off and put them back in the mold, and then everything else can go back in the, what was that? Everything else can go back in the measuring cup to be remelted to use again. And then, once we have that ready, then we go ahead and we shoot the green pumpkin, the second color, and we want to shoot that pretty hot to make sure that it bonds to the first piece that's still in it, to the chartreuse. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a process. We generally charge, I shouldn't say we generally charge, we do charge a little bit extra per bag when we do the tail and claw colors like this, just because it takes a little bit more time. I use scissors to cut the plastic. I use these carrot cutting scissors that we actually found in the house when we moved in. Put them to use, huh? Right, we're just about ready here to check the temps. We got to make sure. Also have to make sure we reach our conversion temperature here. So We'll see here in just a minute, just a few seconds. All right, here we go. I can tell right now this one's not odd enough. It's probably around 300. Oh, 320. Not bad. It's a little warmer than I thought. All right. Got mixed pretty good. There's that. And there's hardly any air bubbles in this stuff right now, which is good. I won't degas again. 327. Well, that's pretty close. They're pretty close this time. A lot of times, even when it's clear like this, one of the cups will get done about 30 seconds before the other one. You need about an extra 30 seconds, but this time it looks like they're actually going to get done right about the same time. So let's go about 40 seconds here. I know my microwave pretty well. Oh, we'll mention this again. We're up to 22 subscribers. When we get to 50, the 50th subscriber gets this bag of this sample bag. If you want to see what's in the bag, you can go and look at the grapevine video. I believe that's the one where we took everything out of the bag and showed what's in it. So yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Tell your friends. Share it with them. All right, here we go. Just about. About 340. It has to hit 350 for full conversion. Otherwise the baits feel funny when you take them out of the mold. They feel kind of tacky. They don't cure properly. So here we go again. About 340. Let's see. 30 seconds should do it, I would think. But then again, I thought 40 seconds would do it last time. So shows what I know, huh? We have a couple new molds that we're going to be ordering today. We had a small windfall of cash, and so we're going to, one company has 20% off all their molds this month. If you belong in a certain Facebook group and you have the discount code. I'll be ordering a mold from them today. And then I found another core shop mold. There we go, there's that. This one's good, all right? And we'll be ordering that one today too, so that'll give us 3 different molds that we can do core shots on. And we will definitely be doing some 357, that's good. We'll definitely be doing not only mold reviews on those molds, because there's some, those are, let's just say they're a little more advanced. And we'll be sharing how to make those work properly for you. If you own those. So, and we'll also be showing you how to make some of the different kinds of baits out of those. So, let's go ahead, since we're going to shoot the chartreuse first. Let's go ahead and get that ready. Squirt some of that in there. Give it a good mix. One thing I like about this chartreuse color from Dead On is that it's not super translucent. I mean, you saw we didn't put a ton of the colors in there, but at the same time, you can see through it some, but it's for chartreuse that's actually blocking the being able to see the metal of the knife pretty well. So the tails, the thin part of the tails on the ribbon tails will definitely look translucent, but the rest of it should be okay. It shouldn't be too bad at all, actually. And I forgot to take apart my twin injector. I just need one 6-ounce injector to shoot these. Heck, I might need this one too to shoot both of those other bolts. All right. I'm not going to put any glitter in the chartreuse and the tails on this one. There we go. A little bit of pressure. All right. And this will, I'll top it off right now, and that's all I have to do. I never have to refill the sprue again. It'll draw down some, but I don't have to top it off again. There's some molds that draw down quite a bit, and you have to keep an eye on them. And because I tend to have a lot of squirrel moments, on those molds I just use sprue extenders, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, there's that. All right, those are done. Now I need to need this. So yay. Scissors are ready. We'll be ready to cut those open here in just a minute. I need to just make sure that this stays hot. I'm going to give that 20 seconds. And then while these are cooling, we'll go ahead and we'll get the green pumpkin color ready. By the time that's done, we should be able to open these up. These other molds help me and cut the tails and claws off. The rat's in here. Oh wait, don't tell my daughter I said that. Okay. All right. So for the green pumpkin, let's stir this real quick. Make sure the temperature's even in there. All right. I'm actually kind of surprised the rat came out. The dog. Because she usually doesn't come in the garage. Yeah, as you can see the knife blade better through this darker green than we could through that chartreuse color. So this is definitely more translucent than the chartreuse is. We're going to fix that with a drop of black. Just one drop won't affect the color too much. But it will affect the translucency. It will thicken the color up, make it a little more opaque. Oh, there we go. That's quite a bit better. All right. Okay. Glitter. Leave that there. We'll put a full scoop of the large black in there, just because, well, it wouldn't really be green pumpkin if we didn't. All right. If we didn't put that black glitter in. All right. All right, that looks good. That looks really good. All right. Let's go ahead and put this back in the microwave so it stays warm. All right. We'll have to give it a quick heat too before we shoot it, because this will cool down a little bit even though it's in the microwave while we get these molds ready again. Okay. Rat's getting in the way. Made the camera lady stumble. Okay, well, that goes back in the measuring cup. Let's make sure these are. Okay. When they come out of the cavity like this, I like to start at the. It's called the factory end here, and then work my way back. I do that with all the baits. Doesn't matter which ones they are. It just seems to work the best. I need new freaking glasses because I have to look over them. Okay, there. That one's done. Now this is a really nice mold, and it always shoots perfect. Well, unless I screw something up, it always shoots perfect. My most common mistake with this mold is having air bubbles in the ejector. So when I shoot the mold, the worms end up with these long air bubbles in them. I've done that a couple times, but it's been a while. The laminates in this one. Oh, come on. There we go. See, you don't have that kind of an issue with rivet nuts either. They just go right on. And usually I don't with these, but that one was being a pain. Okay, that's ready. All right, now let's. All right. All right, now all we're going to cut off this time is just that claw. That. Okay. Let's get in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I just lay these. I start right up here just like this. Get in there. There we go. Oops. Of course that one didn't work. There we go. Now it's in. Of course it didn't work just right. That one did. See that? All right. While we're doing this, let's give this, let's just give it 30 seconds. All right, there's that. We can clamp these bad boys in. These bass tackle molds are awesome. They shoot, doesn't matter which, in fact, the ribbon tail and the punch craws are both from bass tackle, and I would definitely buy more molds from bass tackle, just because these shoot so fantastic. So there we go. All right, that's ready. That's ready. This we need to get this ready, finish getting it ready. All right. There's those. All right. We're actually going to use these same colors to shoot next week's baits, or to do next week's video. And I'm going to do that video later today. All right, here's the. Let's check the temperature. This needs to be hot too this time. Well, we're about 320, and actually I want to be about 335 to 340 because we need to make sure that we bond with the plastic that's actually in the mold still. Get this crap off my table. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but that kind of annoys me, little pieces on my table. I'm gonna keep it clean. Let's check. Oh, we're almost ready here. This is so much fun too, because you come in here, you make baits in your garage, and then you take them over the fishing hole. You catch fish with them. All right, this is actually just a little over 340. That's good too. So, or people you sell them to send you pictures of the stuff they caught with the stuff you made for them. That's pretty sweet too. All right, here we go. Green pumpkin. Here we go. And we want to make sure we hold some pretty good pressure here. That helps the bonding process. Okay, that's good there. Do the same thing here. First punch crawl. All right. Second one. Okay, that's full too. All right, here we go. Just a little tiny bit left over there. All right, we'll wait till these cool, and then we can open them up and show you what we got here. It's kind of funny how fast this stuff cools off. This is already cool to the touch. You definitely don't want to get it on you while it's hot though. I've seen pictures on Facebook of guys that have gotten hot plastic on. Like one guy had on his thumb, he had blisters that were standing up that high. Yeah, it's terrible. A lot of times when it's not too warm in the garage, I jokingly call this robe my smoking jacket. Okay, but I wear it because it's big, it's loose, and if I got some on my arms, I could just pull it. I could real quick just pull the cloth and get it away from my skin, and I wouldn't end up with nearly as bad of a burn as I would have if I wasn't wearing it like today. So today, just be more careful. Most of the year so far since I've been doing this, it's been cool enough in the garage to wear that thing. So, but I think we can go ahead and open these up. Let's do the ribbon tails first. Take a look at them. And in the comments down below, why don't you guys let us know which green you would have used for the tail. We had the Neil Lime, the Char Lime, the Chartreuse, and then the Lime Truce by Lureworks. So let us know what you might have used. Got that tail pinched just a little bit in the mold there when I closed it, but that's not bad. I could trim that with those sharp scissors. But those look pretty nice. Those look real nice. It's not, the tails aren't, I mean, you can kind of see through them, but the plastic isn't very thick. So, but it's not nearly as thin of a color as the other actual chartreuse that I had that I threw out. I actually threw that one away because it hard packed way too much. It was just, there was, in a bottle like this size, there was 3/8 of an inch of hard pack, no kidding, on the bottom of that bottle. And every single time I went to use it, I had to use a screwdriver, okay, to break the hard pack loose on the bottom. I even put stainless steel ball bearings in there to help mix it. Well, the hard pack just settled around the ball bearings, and so the ball bearings didn't do much good until you got in there with the screwdriver and chopped it up. So, and the hard pack, if I shook it up today, got it all mixed up today, by the end of today there would be hard pack on the bottom of it. So I just got, since I like the dead on one so much, I just threw the other one. So, and then let's cut that. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Let's see what these guys look like. What are our punch? Oh yeah. Check those guys out. Go ahead. You know, we're just going to go and pull those off. Take these guys out, pull them off. Oops, almost threw the craw, the bait in there. That would have been bad. Wow, those turned out really nice. Really nice. I don't want to pull too hard right now because they haven't finished curing. When they're done curing it, the bond here is never as good as if you just made this all one color. You're just doing this at home in the garage with hand injectors. That's just not possible to get that same bond, I don't think. But it's a good bond. It'll take some work to pull it off, but right now I could probably pull them off pretty easily, just because they haven't had time to finish curing and setting up. But those look sweet. I was thinking about maybe just tearing these apart and cutting up the plastic, but I think what I'm going to do, and reusing that plastic, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these for either my own tackle box or as samples, one or the other, because these turned out just too nice to that green pumpkin on the thinner little flappy leg things or whatever they're called there. Unless you're using black, you're gonna or really dark blue or something. Odds are you're gonna be able to see through it to a certain degree. But these aren't bad at all, and the bodies are completely opaque. So that one drop of black made this green pumpkin a lot more usable. There we go. All right. So I think that's it for today, folks. And well, for you guys, I'll be making another video later. And if I keep these baits, I'm going to have to make some more green pumpkin for later. Which that's okay, you know. That's fine. I'll just make it a little bit more, and I'll do another video, next week's video, so I have time to work with it. Well, but until next week, until you see us next week again. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Do what your mom taught you. Share it with all your friends. Share it with your relatives. Even if you don't like your relatives, go ahead and share it with them. But if you have any comments or suggestions, put them down below. We'd love to hear it. And again, which green would you folks think you would have used for the tails? Or maybe you would like to see me make a green pumpkin with a different color tail or something. Just let me know. All right. So until next time, tight lines and calm waters.